Bash. Welcome everyone back to another episode of Catabolic Window. It doesn't even matter what episode it is anymore. We're beyond that. We're beyond numbers.
We're irrelevant. Nobody even listens anyway.
It's me and Luke today. We need to get some guests on, to be fair.
We say this every week.
You what?
We say this every week and never do it.
Yeah, real. It's because it's long, man. You got to message people, you got to organise it. Lord. But anyway, Luke, mate, how's your week been?
Good. When did we last speak? I feel like it wasn't that long ago, but it probably was last Tuesday, wasn't it?
Yeah.
What's happened since then? I didn't shit for a few days. That wasn't ideal.
Nice. How come?
Just because my routine, I'm not even joking, mate. My routine is like so consistent that if it's just it's a little bit different, I just can't shit.
That's crazy, man. What?
It will be, so I'll wake up, 3 rounds of posing, half a litre of water, steps, meal 1, which is oats, coffee. It will be like, I'll be like half an hour into work and then I get this overwhelming urge to shit. So if I'm not at home following, like, even if I start here early, like say I start here at 6, 7 a.m., I can't shit that day. And I was away all weekend, so it was just very different. So I didn't shit like this, but I had a monster shit today. Like, you know, and it's like literally hovering out of the water, one of those.
This is what the podcast has been reduced to, man.
Jesus Christ.
Jesus, man. Nice, man. Yeah, man. Anything else happened this week? Anything?
So that's part of the reason why I think my body weight was being a cunt. So lowest so far is 154.3. We're getting there. It's just annoying because it was moving along so smoothly, and then out of nowhere it just hit a fucking wall.
One of them, mate. One of them.
Yeah.
Nice.
What about you? It's been an eventful week.
Yeah, it has. I won't talk about it really. I'll talk about bodybuilding.
Well, you've decided you're prepping now, right?
Yeah. 16 weeks out.
So when is your first show? September?
16 weeks. Yeah, September.
September the
21st. I have to check the sheets. I think it is.
Okay. Sick. Where is it?
PCA Telford.
Okay.
Where is it?
I'll be there.
What's my time?
I will be there.
Yeah. PCA First Timers 5, Telford. 16 days. Whoa, spooky.
Nice.
Yeah, it's been a bit of a stressful personal week. And I was like, okay, I'm definitely going to prep them because I was like, this is what I want to do. And it gives me a nice focus. I can't imagine anything worse than being in an off season right now. Like I was like, I kind of want a bit of like something to look forward to. Equally because I was like, my head is absolutely spun. I was like, okay, I'm going to get a coach. So I reached out to Tim and now I'm being coached by Tim. Yeah, I know. So far, things are good. Definitely glad I got Tim. Definitely, like, as in, like, as a coach as well. I'm glad I got a coach and I'm glad I got Tim. Because already, like, my body weight has not shifted. And he's like, you're sound. And I'm like, okay, cool. Like, it's great. I was sending him, he was like, every time you train, do a round of posing, send that over to me. We'll check it twice.
You're looking fucking great.
What's that?
You're looking great. Every time you post up shots, I'm like, whew.
Cheers, man. I'll take it. But I'm back up to 210. The lowest I got was 205, and I'm back up to 210.
Right. What, did you binge your fake up?
Yeah, mate. Yeah. But I'm like, it's nice because it's kind of gone from like, before prep was kind of a little bit of a stress because I was like, oh, am I going to be ready on time? Am I going to make it? Whereas now I'm like, Tim's literally talking about high days. He's changed my cardio. He changed it from Stairmaster to bike because he was like, you're going to diet your legs off. And since we've done that, my leg posing has been so much better. And I feel a lot fresher. My training has flown as well. So it's nice because like I was talking to him and I was like, oh mate, like I feel really fat, like because I'm when I switched my head to like, oh, I'm in prep, I was like, right, I need to be peeled immediately. And he's
Yes,
like,
that is how
you
it
know,
works.
yeah. And I sent him some shots and he was like, mate, you look denser. And I was like, yeah, but I'm fat. And he
Thicker and
was like,
denser. Let's go.
yeah. he said, yeah, I said denser, not peeled. Don't worry, mate. He was like, you will land peeled. Don't worry. And I was like, okay, calm. But it's just, it's kind of nice because it's made it like, before I was kind of stressing because I was like, oh, I feel really good. Why do I feel so good? Like 16 weeks out, and I don't feel trashed at all. And I was messaging Tim, and he was like, "Bro, calm down. Like, if you don't feel bad, I don't care. All I care is how you look, and you look 16 weeks out." And I was like, "Okay, calm." And like, it's nice to have that feedback. But yeah, he's pulled my food up. We've put in some high days. He's made my cardio easier, and my performance has flown. And before, when I was like self prepping, I was like, okay, because I was kind of slamming myself a bit. I was like, okay, if I can take a 1 rep progression, I'll leave it there. And he said to me, he was like, don't do that. Just take every set as much as you can. If you have the performance, take it. If you get trash, just let me know. And I was like, okay, cool. So things are moving pretty well. Like we were talking and I was like, yeah, the look is improving, but I'm not going to be 210 on stage, obviously. So I'm kind of like, I want to see the scale shift. And he's like, why can't you be 210 on stage? And I was like, because I'm not. And he's like, well, you're getting leaner and that's what matters. And I was like, fair.
Let's go.
So yeah, shout out Tim. He's been a lifesaver.
So how long has that been since you started with him?
I think a week or so now.
Right, okay.
So not long. Got my first like check-in with him tomorrow.
Okay.
So yeah, it's been like he just kind of set me up and like minimal changes, and I've been setting in body weight, checking in with him a little bit because we bumped up food, so we wanted to see how that went. But yeah, man, I think he will make some fairly like decent changes. But I'm kind of calm with it. I feel great. I feel I'm almost as lean as I was in the pre-prep, and I feel way better. I feel really fresh. So
that's good.
Can't complain.
So what made you decide to go for Tim rather than go back to Tom?
It's a good question.
Question.
Yeah, man, that's a good question. I was chatting with Tom a lot, and I initially was kind of thinking, oh, I'll go to Tom on the back end. And I think it's just like a classic case of like I feel very matey with Tom, and I was like, it's a prep. I kind of don't want to give myself any room to be like on even keel with my coach or not feel like I'm that. I was like, I'm going to go to someone who's much much older than me, who's much more experienced, and someone who I'm like, okay, I will listen to what you say. And I was kind of thinking initially, I was like I might spring for Joe Jeffrey or something, or I was like, I might see. And then I was like, you know what? I was thinking, I was on a dog walk. I was like, I know so many people who've been coached by Tim. They sing his praises. The way that he carries himself and talks sounds great. So I was like, I'll just hop on a call with him and see. And we were chatting and we were talking about things. And yeah, we just aligned really well. And he was like, yeah, I get where you're coming from. Of like, you want someone where you can kind of have your say, but also like you can shut up a little bit and listen to them.
Yeah.
And so yeah, I went for Tim, and here we are.
Fair play, mate. Well, it's going to be good to follow. We're both going to be fucking prepping.
Yeah, man.
Jeez.
Scary. It's not really. I'm
really a month before yours.
Yeah, I keep looking at your shots and I'm feeling fat, and I have to be like Luke's 4 weeks ahead.
You're fucking leaner than I am. What are you talking about?
Nah, man, not at all.
You definitely are.
Nah, I don't think so. The thing is, like, my front's all right, but it's the last time when I started to diet, and the last diet was when me and Tom were seeing if we could get posterior in, like lower back, glutes, hams, trying to get that in really killed me off.
Okay.
So right now, like, yeah, my midsections come in, which is cool, and my quads, but that's not hard for me. So I'm like, oh.
Yeah, your quads are usually pretty in anyway.
Yeah, I look at my back shots, and it's like Tim's like, oh yeah, they're dense. And I'm like, yeah, because they're kind of fat still. Like there's like 50 pounds to come off there, mate. Fucking hell.
It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. What was I gonna say? How much are you posing now?
I'm not. I'm
Just one
just
round.
yeah, post workout and with check-ins. I'm gonna get myself a posing coach. I don't quite know who yet. But I'm just like I'm really tempted to like do more, but I'm gonna get a posing coach as ahead of whenever Tim asks me to do routines like daily, because I don't want to ingrain bad habits. But
Mate,
yeah.
like start now at least 2 rounds a day, honestly.
He's not asked me to, so
None.
no, he just says pose after every single session.
Okay.
If I feel like it, I'll pose, and then we check in twice a week, so I'll pose twice a week. So I do like roughly 10 a week or so.
Right.
So it's not none, but it's
Yeah,
about 10 a
okay. That's fair. That's fair. Yeah, I mean, like Dan, I had a call with Dan last week, just going through some routine stuff, mate. He's so fucking good. Like, it's actually a shame that he doesn't get the praise that he deserves, because he really fucking knows his shit.
Yeah, it is mental, isn't it? That's Dan Park for anyone listening.
DP.
Hit him up. DP Fit, that's the guy. Well, it's not DP Fit anymore.
Oh no, it's not. Fuck, he's gone mainstream, hasn't he? He's changed his
It's
name.
like Dan.__park .. or something stupid.
Fitness account anymore. Fuck's sake.
It's tragic, mate. It's tragic.
Tragic. We lost a good one, boys. We lost a good one. Yeah, honestly, he really, really knows his shit. It's class. So yeah, we tweaked a couple of bits of my routine. I'm very, very happy with it now.
Yeah, I do want to hit up Dan for some posing advice. I want to get an in-person session with I kind of want to get an in-person session.
We can fucking hang around for a bit after we train at Derby, can't we?
Yeah, true. That'd be good. Well, yeah, definitely. If I'm there, I'm going to get you guys to tweak my posing a bit. But I kind of want to get a look over with someone like Leon or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know how far is Stafford from you, because that's where Ryan Brambleby is. I'm not sure where Leon's based.
Yeah, well, Stafford's a bit like 2.5 hours. I was up there for the client meetup, so I could get over. I was thinking of Ryan. I like Ryan. I was like, I might try and hit him up, but it's just distance. But I want to kind of
if you do, let me know. Because I could head up and meet you there, train as well.
Oh mate, yeah, that'd be good. But yeah,
I'd meet up. When you can't do anything real fun, you just go and train at a different gym. Bosh.
Yeah, I want to I want to kind of, because there's a few different like variations of poses that I kind of want to like run through, and you just kind of like have someone look over in person and be like, do this, do that, do this.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm getting a better idea of like how to pose my physique, but we'll see.
Literally just like, even without anyone else looking over it, like me doing 3 rounds a day when I started prep, it improved so much with the fluidity of everything.
Yeah,
like, it's crazy.
I think one thing I've noticed is I definitely like I really don't pose my quads that well. I don't pose my legs that well. I really struggle to pose them well. I think it's like a weight balancing thing, but I like the way that, like, if I flex my legs in the mirror and I don't pose them, they look a lot better. And then I get into like a side pose or a front pose and they just look way worse than they should. And I'm like, so yeah, I definitely need someone to kind of like give me some cues and some tips on that.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
What else has been going on?
That's pretty much it. Just if anyone wants to know, just go on my Insta. I can't be asked to talk about it. And then prep and
Are you thinking you just do the one show?
This is the question. I'm like, okay, to get through the prep, my mindset is, so when I'm hungry or when I'm training or when I'm tired or whatever, my mindset recently has been like, I'll ask myself, what would someone who's going to win the overall do? And that's the mindset that I'm trying to, like, when I'm like doing a leg press and I'm like, this sucks, or I'm doing an RDL and I'm like tired and it sucks, I'll be like, okay, what would the overall do? The guy who wins the overall, he'd probably add 3 reps to this. Okay, I think I've got 3. Let's go for it. But I don't actually think I'm gonna I don't know how well I'm going to place. I go back and forth. Sometimes I'll take some shots and I'll be like, this is pretty fucking good. And then sometimes I'll take shots and be like, it's fine. So I don't know. I think I want to place as well as I can. I want to try and win my class. We'll see. If I get an invite to do something, then I will probably go, depending on the look. I might just talk to Tim about it. But it's going to be a combination of how I feel about the look and how I feel. Like,
Right.
if I feel like I'm absolutely dragging myself on stage, then I'll be like, okay, I'm not gonna. It's my first prep. I'm not gonna long it out. We'll get in, get out, get done. But if I feel all right and I like the look, or if I'm like, Tim, mate, I reckon we could dig a bit more, and this could be a really cool look. If I've got something to do it for, then yeah. But if I thought I was
show is again, sorry.
What's that?
When did you say the show is again? Sorry.
21st of September.
Sunday.
Yeah.
I'm just looking there. I think they've changed the date of the UK DFBA one.
Oh, have they?
Yeah, because it was supposed to be the 13th before.
Is that one you're going into?
No, the one that I wasn't going to go to was on the 21st because it's fucking 3-day show. It was the WMBF one.
But
apparently they've changed it, which is
rough,
very
mate.
bizarre. So I'm not really
So
sure what's going on.
It's so annoying. I get that they don't decide to really, they get forced into it, but it really jars me when they change show dates in season.
Yeah.
Like, if I'm at the point now where I'm like, okay, I need to get on stage and compete. So if I find myself, like, if they move my show, then I will like just move to wherever it is. But
I mean, they might have changed it fucking ages ago. I just didn't notice.
Yeah, fair. Annoying.
Because I checked the calendar like literally last year. So fuck knows. Yeah, if I go to, speaking of shows, there was the Heart of England last week. Oh, this
there was. Big AJ.
AJ won his pro card.
Yeah, and he won the overall, didn't he?
Yes, yeah, he won the overall there. So and I know there's a bit of controversy and people are like, oh, politics, that's why he won. Like, he looked really, really good. The only thing I don't like about his physique is his midsection. But
yeah,
aside from that, like, he's really, really good fucking physique. And it's a UK DFBA pro. It's not, but previously the pros from like people that would turn pro with UK DFBA would be pro in DNBF or something like that. So I think it's a new thing that they're setting up, and they're going to then be giving it away at the other shows as well, rather than it's AJ won the overall. We don't normally give it to overalls, but AJ's big, so we're going to make him a pro. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean,
so I think that's what happened there.
I was blown away by his legs. I'm not going to lie. Like, really, really, really impressive. Like, that was the first thing that kind of stuck out to me. Like, looking at his most muscular. Let's get it on cam. Go on then. Like, the legs blew me away. The midsection, immediately I was like, oh, bless him. His upper looks almost flat to me, particularly like the arms and delts. But yeah, I mean, his legs are ridiculous, and his condition, is it this one? Yeah, condition is bang on. Like, he looks fantastic.
He's fucking skinned, man.
Yeah. What was the?
I don't like this full lockout of the legs that he's got going on.
Yeah.
Go down a second. Go down again. So that picture with him and the other guy on stage. Yeah. So that's Ben Howard. I don't know if you know who he is. He's the natural. Honestly, mate, he's the most fucking shredded guy ever when he competes. It's insane. He's been training at the workout mill when I was there. So he'll do 3 sessions a week, push pull legs, and just like fucking wreck himself. It's yeah. He's freaky as fuck.
What was the thing that Finn won? That was UK DFBAs. He won. He got his pro card in UK DFBA, didn't he?
Finn turned pro.
Oh, he got something, didn't he? I love that. His face in that's so funny to me. British champion.
British champion. Oh, okay. Yeah, so he
yes.
would have won. So how did he not get the pro card then?
Maybe they didn't do it at the time. This is the only shot he's posted. Finn, get some shots up, mate. What's this?
When was this? Ages ago.
60
We
weeks
probably
ago.
posted it at the time, mate.
Just over a year.
Mm.
It's been a minute, yeah. But I thought he was a pro.
I don't remember seeing that.
You remember seeing this? So he initially placed
I remember him
second.
competing, yeah.
Right. And then the guy who
he tested. No way.
Yeah, the guy who won.
Oh wow.
I
didn't know that.
Yeah, so
that's a bit of a slap in the face, man. Like to not get it announced at the show, you know.
Yeah.
Be like, by the way, you did win, but everyone thinks you came second because this guy's a dirty cheat.
Yeah, and then like there was a little bit of like pushback, and people were a little bit like weird about it because they were like, "Oh, who snitched?" or like
What do you mean who snitched? The guy got tested.
I think maybe it wasn't drugs. I forget what it was. Was it? Oh no, I remember what it was. So it's an amateur competition, and the guy had already gone pro in, I think it was in Israeli show.
Yes, yeah, I remember it.
Yeah, and then there was like a bit of pushback because people were like, oh, you know, like who snitched? Was it Finn? Was it someone associated with it? I don't think it was personally. And then people were like,
it's open and out there. It's not fucking snitching.
Yeah, honestly, like, who cares if he did snitch? Like, snitch is such a wrong word. Who cares if he did say something? Because like he's unfairly placed.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, I've got no issue with that if he did, but I don't think he would have. But
yeah,
the things it's like,
it was shady. It would be if he was like, you know, he's not natty and this proves it, and it's like actually not correct, and it's fucking
exactly
like that's bollocks.
Yeah, but I think people kind of a little bit iffy because they were like, oh, they didn't give it to him and then they did. It's like politics because he's a big name, you know, shit like that. Like, the thing is, when people like AJ or Finn win, they're always going to be, it's like politics, and it's like, well,
yeah. And you go, hang on a second, they've also been natural bodybuilders for 10 fucking years, so just by virtue of it, they're going to be pretty good, right?
Yeah, exactly. That's why people follow them, is because like they've been doing it a while. They're both athletes, you know, like, but also you have to view it from the perspective of the federations as like, if AJ and Finn win, it does bring more eyes to the sport, you know, and it does bring more people in, and like, you know, it's so hard. I think
it might come into it if you go, right, we've got a split decision here. We've got 3 poses one way, 3 poses the other way, and you go, nobody knows who the fuck this guy is versus this guy's got 60,000 followers and it's probably going to encourage some more people to come into the federation. Like, exactly. I don't know if I have that many problems with that, but you can't go, oh yeah, this guy's obviously worse, but he's got loads of followers.
You just can't be truly impartial, can you? Because it's like, well, if AJ Morris is tied with someone else, it would also easy to be like, well, if we give it to AJ, it looks like we're playing politics, so we can't. And then it's like, well, then you're saying that if you're famous, we can't ever give you anything because we know who you are. And it's like, you know, it goes either way. I think putting AJ into the pros isn't necessarily a bad thing because, you know, he's going to, like, his placings will filter themselves out. And like, you know, other people, it's not going to be the only choice.
If he doesn't deserve it, that will be found out very, very quickly.
Yeah, exactly.
Because he just won't fucking win.
Yeah, exactly. But I think he did win it on a lot of it being condition as well, because he is conditioned as hell.
Yeah.
But yeah, I almost do want to, like, I know I talked about it today, but this most muscular, I want to tweak it, man. I think Dan would go nuts if he saw this.
What do you think? Oh, it's not on my story anymore. Let me send it to you quickly.
Yeah.
Between the two. See what you think, because I can't decide which one I like more out of it. I mean, I'm gonna do both of them, so it doesn't really fucking matter. But you know, It's
Right.
just two different ones. Is it like vacuum and fist together? Dan got me to do the fist together one. I'm like, yeah, I fucking like that.
Yeah. So this is it's a very good question, right? I kind of personally always prefer the aesthetics of like midsection, like on show, of like abdominals on show. But I think that the width that this gives you and the taper that it gives you is really, really nice.
Yeah.
So I'd say I'm almost drawn to the vacuum, which is something I very rarely say. Usually, as like in terms of bodybuilding generally, I'm not a big fan of vacuums. I tend to prefer like stacked midsection. But
Yeah.
I think this, I mean, you can always run both, but I think
I'll probably start in the vacuumed up one and then crunch down, sort of thing.
Yeah, exactly. Like the thing is, like,
well, no, I'll probably, because I'll be in the with my abs and thighs, I'll do crunched first, exhale, because that makes it easier to vacuum up as much as possible.
Yeah,
and then it will be, and then I'll probably crunch down into the first one, and then vacuum up into the second one there. But we might, I might get to 4 weeks out and a bit like, okay, that the one with the midsection detail is obviously way fucking better.
Yeah.
Because I've got a pretty decent symmetrical midsection, if I say so myself.
Yeah, they're both really
one side
nice.
of abs maybe angles down a little bit more, but mate, this was fucking insane this morning. I was looking in the mirror doing my vacuum practice, and I was like, oh fucking hell, I can see the 8th ab at the bottom there. Jeez,
damn.
Yeah, so that's very. I'm trying to figure out if the UK DFBA show is 2 days, or if it's one is on the 20th and one's the 21st. Like, it's really fucking annoying me because I want to come to your show.
Wow.
But it seems to be clear. Saturday the 20th and Sunday the 21st. Can you just can we just have somewhere clear that explains it?
Yeah.
I don't really understand. Yeah. Yeah, so you feel like you might hang on and do another show, just depending.
Yeah, I think I'm happier with the look than I thought I'd be. And I'm happier with how I feel than I thought. So I'm feeling optimistic about how things land. And I feel like no matter where placings are, I'll be quite pleased with what I present. And I think if I'm happy with what I'm presenting, I'll probably present it again. But we'll see. Like, if it kind of just depends. It just comes down to like if I want to. Really, it's that simple. And it's hard to say. It depends. Like, if we get onto stage and I think it's worth it, then I will. But if it's not, then I won't. But we'll see. But I want to. I'm getting a bit more competitive now, and I do want to try and place as aggressively as possible. But we'll see.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, as long as I look way better than last time, I'm happy. Really,
like, you already do now.
I think top 3 would be fucking cool. But
yeah. You just it's so hard, isn't it? Because you just don't know. You just don't know who else.
Let me send you this as well. I took a fucking screenshot of what was it? The junior winners, and there's some fucking freaks there. One of them's Reese's client. They got killer fucking.
I saw Jacob and Calvin both compete.
Yeah.
They were in Dan's show.
Dan. Oh right. Well, they were both in the PTA.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're both pretty freaky.
Yeah, Jacob was in Dan's class.
Oh, okay. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah,
it's so hard to say what my legs are going to look like just because of how much needs to come off them now.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Whereas like upper body, I'm like, yeah, I don't know how far. I don't think I'm that far off there. But
yeah, no.
Legs, I think it's very, very hard to say. As they're getting leaner, I'm like, oh, okay, maybe they are all right. You know what I mean?
That's the thing, is you get to a point where like it's like the same as me. It's like you get to the point where like pretty much everything is within striking distance. It's just waiting on 1 or 2 body parts, and it's so tedious. That's where like the suck really happens.
Yeah.
Like I can get my midsection and my quads within striking distance, but trying to get my posterior in is like, oh man, that's when I'm choning through that. That's when it sucks a bit.
Not ideal.
Yeah, no. But it's
But
I think
there's always that one body part that, you know, just takes a while.
yeah, exactly. It's going to be kind of interesting to see the muscularity underneath, because I've always thought of myself as having like a decent back, but I might not. I might just have like body fat distribution, you know.
Yeah,
So it's always interesting to see like what it actually looks like underneath. It gives you a very clear assessment of like what needs work, you know.
Yeah, it's so, because you can really hide a lot of stuff when you're fat.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
And the thing is, you can look like decently lean on Instagram without realizing just where like the fat distribution is, you know. So yeah.
Oh, I was going to say there's no fucking juniors, but there is, so it's fine. Is there not classic? I'm looking at that now. There's novice.
What should you looking at?
I'm just going through the entry form to see if I can find out what fucking day it is.
Which show? Which one?
The UK DFBA one on the 20th and the 21st. Like, I really wish they'd make it clearer. There's no classic. Oh, that's so sad.
Saturday and Sunday, novice and open. Let's run in both days. Entry form.
Yeah, but it doesn't say, like, it's, what does it say? Open and novice. So is it novice on one day, or is it just like fucking random?
I imagine it would be novice on one day. Usually I feel like they would do it in the order of novice first, then into open.
Yeah.
Surely. It'd be weird to do it backwards.
Yeah, but like, you should make it clearer, please.
The UK DFBA, when you go on their website, I love it. It's literally just like a PNG of the shows, and it's like, yeah, there's 3, mate. It's crazy. It's mental.
There's only open classic.
Really?
That's really weird.
They used to have more shows, didn't they?
Yeah, they used to have like 4 a year.
Yeah.
So I don't really know what's going on there. That's very odd.
I feel like PCA is starting to take over a little bit, aren't they? With PCA Natty.
Oh no way! I didn't know that. Samson Dowder's sponsoring a show at 9th of August. Yeah, that's pretty fucking cool. Yeah, there's 4 BNBF shows before the finals.
Damn.
I'm just gonna message them on Instagram and see what they say.
Oh wait, are you gonna message UK DFBA? They might be the one where they're like, please don't DM us.
Yeah, they don't. It's really fucking annoying. But I'm like, there's not really a clear answer for this.
You're gonna DM them anyway, mate. They're gonna deduct points from you.
What, for me to ask him which fucking day the show is on?
Oh no, they allow they allow DMs. Is it BNBF that's maybe it's them? I forget.
Oh, I can't remember.
Yeah, BNBF. Please, we do not answer DMs. They really don't.
I'm really confused because there's the MBW show that's in October.
Yeah.
They're doing the same thing, 11th and 12th. Yeah.
Well.
Or is it? Oh no, that one's sponsored there. Oh, I'm so confused. This just really hurts my soul that this is not clear. Fuck's sake. What else is there that we can talk about? Has anything happened this week?
Not hugely. Don't know, mate. It's been very same. You know.
Oh, that's exciting. That's very exciting. Right. Good podcast.
Okay, we need to do a Q&A or something next episode, or we need to find something to clown on. We need a catalyst of conversation. To be fair, I'm a little bit subdued today. But yeah,
Should we ask ChatGPT?
Go on, we've got 20 minutes.
Okay. Let me fucking start a new chat. Always say please and thank you to ChatGPT, just in case.
Yeah, in case they rise up.
What are some new fitness trends? No, bodybuilding trends. Trends to.
I wonder if it will be like fatigue watching.
Yeah, it will be.
I wonder if it's that smart. I feel like whenever I ask it a specific bodybuilding question, it's just not.
I love that it's mentioned a fucking Joel Seedman. Oh my god, I hate this guy.
That's crazy.
He's so jarring.
Yeah, well, he's not been around for a while.
He has been or not been.
He's not been.
Wait, what?
Like, I feel like he hasn't been around for a minute.
No, I saw some of his stuff recently. This one's weird. Neurotyping and personality-based training, matching training style to neurochemistry. What the fuck? It's weird.
What's his account name?
I've never heard that before. Could you
Seedman.
tell me more about that? Let's see what it says. It's rooted in neuroscience and psychology. It tailors training and recovery strategies based on how individual's brain is wired, particularly the dominant neurotransmitters. What the fuck? Dopamine, serotonin, acetylcholine, GABA, and norepinephrine influence energy levels, motivation, recovery needs, stress tolerance. What the fuck? Oh my god. This is the dumbest shit I've ever heard. If you think biomechanics is fucking complex, imagine trying to put your training program around what brain type you are. That
I
is
hate that, man.
fucking wild.
I hate the idea
One
of
of the criticisms,
categorizing.
it can be too complex for casual lifters. You don't fucking say. That's wild.
I hate the idea of like categorizing people in like thought process, you know? Oh man, I'm sneezing like crazy. It's just I just feel like there's way too much variance. I think maybe it's a good way to explain how you relate to it's some situations. I was like, oh, when you're stressed, you tend to react in this way, but like trying to simplify someone's like entire brain down to like you tend to think this way and do this thing is ridiculous, you know. But
yeah, like there's going to be different preferences between sort of how much volume you like doing or the specific movements, but that seems fucking insane.
Yeah,
that's just way too fucking much.
It's like, again, I feel like it would all come down to like if you tried to psychoanalyze someone and be like, this is going to be good, and then they feedback as like, this is terrible, you'd be like, oh, okay, well, I guess I won't do it. And then if you ask them how it is and they're like, it's good, it's like, well, I could have just asked them how it was and they could have just said it was good, you know. It's like, do you know what I mean? I feel like it's not really going to lead you, it's going to lead you to the same destination but just take twice as long and be much harder to manage.
Yeah, it seems very fucking bizarre, really bizarre.
Yeah,
did you see before the show AJ had some sort of cold thing on his legs? I don't know what it was.
Oh no,
you know, you stick your legs in it and it helps with recovery.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? What's it called?
Yeah. What, cryotherapy?
Yeah, that one.
Yeah. I had Dan use compression therapy during his a few times when we mock peaked because he would get quite bad edema in his legs, and we would mock peak and like try out a few high days and everything would go great, but the edema just wouldn't clear. And I was like, okay, towards the back end of prep, I was like, well, we can't really be going into like peaking and then still have like edema. We need that cleared up. So a couple of times we would use compression therapy, particularly on like higher output days, just to kind of see where, just to kind of like clear some of that edema. But we managed to kill it. It was pretty much just cardio, but it's one of those things where he had to do that much cardio, and because he had to do that much cardio,
how much was he doing at the end?
We pulled it at the end. I think at the peak it was
before, yeah.
At its peak it was, oh, where's the old sheets? Boom, 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 boom. Bear with me one sec. We got to, okay, to be fair, 100 minutes of 160 and 10k, but even that was enough to cause,
what, a day?
No, not 100 minutes a day. Oh no, the most we got to, so I thought it was 100 minutes total, but no, we did 30 minutes of cardio a day, 30 minutes Stairmaster a day. That's about 160 with 11k steps. And I mean, that's not a ton, but it was enough to cause like some pretty nasty edema when you're that trash.
Yeah. That's fair.
Yeah,
that's fair. See, and how often were you using the cold therapy for to help sort of clear that?
We probably only used it like 2 or 3 times, to be honest. We didn't use it a ton. Like when we were like, if the edema starts getting in the way of training, then we'd use it. And if we were trying to get data on like if the mock peak was there to be, or if like a high day was there to be a mock peak to see how he responded, then we'd use it. But if it was just a case of like we ran a high day or we're trying to freshen him up, we wouldn't necessarily use it. And then towards the back end, when we pulled out cardio to try and clear it, that's when I'd use it as well.
Right, okay.
But yeah, it was just like, it's just one of those things where it's like, it's a visual thing. We're not really too concerned. We checked his health over and he's all good. But yeah, we just didn't want to like go in on stage with like cankles. It's not going to look great. No. So a few times, like in the mocks, we were more kind of, we were getting rid of it just to see if we could and just to see how hard it was, because if it was going to take a long time, I'd be like, okay, we're going to not use cardio then for a bit. But if we were like, if it took like a 1 session, I'd be like, okay, cool, we're chilling. It's good to know, like, if we can clear it.
How many sessions did you find it needed? Like, how long did you then not use cardio for?
Literally, like without cardio, it was gone. With cardio, you could just use it once and it would clear up and it would be fine.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's handy.
Yeah, but we got to the point with him where like, because we were ahead, which was great. We got to like, it was like 78 kilos, and we were like, okay, if we get below this, like it's just coming at the cost of tissue. Like we're like, this is we're as lean as you can get realistically. Everything that is muscular is in. Everything that's slightly less muscular is as in as it can be. I mean, you know, classic first timers, like I'm sure you and I will have a similar situation of like, okay, we don't look like an IFBB pro bodybuilder lean because we just don't carry the tissue.
You don't say.
And like, you know, we were like, okay, we're in. The cost of moving down anymore doesn't make sense. So I just get into 7 of a body weight daily. And if you ever dip below 78, we pull food up. So we ended up on more food and better training.
Just finding that good body weight.
Yeah, exactly. And then 78 kind of tightened up. And then we would just run mock peaks from 78. And we found that 83 was the best look. On show day, 82, like high 82s was a little bit spilled. So we just went for low 82s. So, you know, we took it from there. And that's worked out quite well. Fair.
Nice one, mate. Good stuff.
Yeah.
Right, I'm knackered and I need to eat and caffeinate the fuck out myself.
Fair, mate. I'll let you crack on with that. I will. Thanks everyone for listening.
We'll be better next time, I promise.
Yeah, we'll both be more alive. If you need to find us, you know where I am. You know where we are. Jesus, my brain is gone. All the links are
in the bio,
in the description, on both Spotify and YouTube. If you guys have any questions to send us, let us know, and we'll take it from there. Cheers, guys. Bye.